So you became a speaker not to drown in busy work, right? But to really get things done, to have people hear your message, to be successful, to inspire others. But the problem is maybe you're drowning in busy work because you just don't know how to delegate. You are acting more like a solo person than a CEO. Well, there is there are many methods to fix this. And Stephen Bowler, who's going to be joining me in just a moment, is a certified speaking professional with the National Speakers Association. There he is. How
Hey,
you doing?
I am great. I am great. This is so exciting. Can't
Oh
wait
my
to
gosh.
get
And
into
Steve is
this.
going to be our upcoming guest, and he's going to be giving a master class. And this is going to be on a Saturday morning. And Steve, a lot of people get caught up in, we're putting out fires, right? We're trying to run our business. We are, have the speaking business, but we're not getting it done. Where do people run into trouble with thinking more like a solo performer than a CEO?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's exactly what happens. A lot of times it's us as speakers. We're solopreneurs. We're the ones that are making those things happen. And so therefore we're running to do this. We're running to do that. We take the pressure of everything that needs to be done on ourselves. Now, thinking like a CEO or thinking like a leader, a true leader in your business, what you're thinking of is who can I get to do this? Who can I get to, set up the newsletter a little bit better and sending it out and automate it? Who can I get to follow up and making sure that the contracts are going out the right way? Or who can I get to make some marketing together? That's the thought process. So you're thinking more on the lines of how to develop that team, how to bring it all together. When you do that, you have to wrap around what your vision, mission, and values are, right? In an organization, that's what you have. You have your vision, you have your mission, you have your values, and that's how you move forward. But us as solopreneurs, we're just what? We're just running after what's the next gig? What's the next, let's help some people. Let's run around, zone it in, and then teach those people that are providing those supports that you're pulling in what those vision, mission, and value pieces are.
I think that a lot of people have fear, though, fear in letting go, fear in giving up, fear in delegating, right? So, what kind of mindset shift do you have to have in order to be able to say, okay, I can't do it all, and I'm not being effective either?
Yeah, there is a mindset shift. You have to start thinking about who can I teach to do this? Who am I teaching to do this? Because a lot of us as speakers, that's what we are. We're teachers, right? We're going out, we're solving problems, we're consulting, we're working with others, we're teaching people what it is that we do. Same goes with your business. You're bringing in some experts because that's who they are. Most of them are experts in their area. They're expert in marketing, graphic design, or it's SEO. They're experts in those fields. So your job is to teach them about your business, teach them about who you are. And when you're teaching them, it's not so much you are telling them what to do, you're teaching them about it, and therefore they're getting those results. So that's a less way of thinking, a different way of thinking of it, instead of, oh, I'm going to let it go or I have to delegate. No, I'm going to teach you. Now let me see what you got.
I like it. And I think also when you're building a team out, you have to have patience. But I think maybe a lot of times people get frustrated because they think, oh gosh, I'm spending so much money and it's not getting done. And blah, blah, blah. They get caught up in this, quagmire, if you will.
Yeah. They do. And here's the thing. A lot of times when you get someone, they do something for you. And it's not just the way that you do it, right? It's not exactly the way that you would do it, but it's moving in the right way. But what do? We're like, oh, fire them, get rid of them, get somebody else. You go back to what I just said. You got to teach them, right? Can you clearly state what your vision is? Can you clearly state what the values are in your company? Can you clearly state your mission, your goals? If you can clearly state those things, make sure that they're clear to them, have them repeat them back to you, and then they're doing the work, it's going to get closer to it. So now if it's off a little bit, okay, let me tighten it up a little bit more, tighten it up a little bit more. The more you do that, the more you can have oversight like a CEO with them, and you have less of that fear, and you can start seeing the outcomes, and your business is going to grow because of it.
And so you've been speaking for quite a long time. You're a certified speaking professional, which means you have been through the rigorous training and you have spoken, probably hundreds and hundreds of times. But give me an example of how, when you started bringing on other people, how your business grew and how it really allowed you to reach the next level.
Excellent. Yeah. One of the things that I did is, first of all, I started to realize the things that I was spending too much time on. like I'm taking an hour and a half to put together something that's going to go out, or I get a gig and there's contracts and W-9s and forms that need to be filled out, and then my travel, and I'm just like taking forever to do that, where I can be better spending my time on prospecting or finding some solutions and developing content. And so what I did is I started pulling people in to be able to do some of those things, and I trained them. Now, each one of them are independent contractors on their own, but I meet with everyone together. Then I have a strategic planning meeting, right? Strategic planning meeting is, this is the vision, this is the mission, this is the goal, this is this is what I'm trying to accomplish. The more that they see the vision, the better that they're able to work together, be able to work to make sure the outcomes are taking place, so that you're getting better outcomes. And you have to be patient with it. You're doing it again and again and again. And eventually they get it. They understand you, and they're dedicated to your business, to your outcomes. And you're going to start seeing all the things happen.
And I do think patience is key
Yeah.
in this whole process too, because I think we can easily get frustrated. Well, Stephen, I'm so looking forward to hearing or being there present for the masterclass. And of course, other guests are welcome. So we'd love you to join us. And I think also, doing these things that you're talking about and that we've been talking about here is probably like a good path to avoid burnout, because I think a lot of people are like, forget it, I can't do it, I've just been doing too much. And I think having the strategic steps in line and a plan can
Mhm.
probably help you emotionally and financially.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. And as well, I can't wait to meet everybody. I can't wait to see all of you. We're going to take the time to show how to work with a virtual assistant, how to be a CEO of your business, how to develop your vision, mission, and values, so that you can move your business, your speaking, your consulting, your training ahead, so that you'll get outcomes and you'll feel good about it.
Well, I feel good about this interview right now. Thanks, Stephen, so much. And we're going to see you on April 5th in New Haven. You have a great day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Cheers. And if you'd like to be amongst the people in the audience, it's going to be a 3.5 hour masterclass, I believe 8:30 to 12, and in New Haven. So just sign up at NSA.